Hey, what's up, guys? I'm Scott, and welcome to the premiere episode of your new favorite YouTube show, The Lowlife Show. On today's episode, we head over to Switch Suspension to follow along as the boys do an E-level install on Dino's 64 Suburban. Then we go see Justin in Oklahoma and check out Rusted Mustard, a 68 GMC laid out on the ground. Then it's off to Max Built Customs in Bermuda Dunes, California to check out Tino's collection of super rad trucks. And don't forget about that bell crank in Tempe with Johnny Troll and Troll's Rod Shop. So sit back, enjoy the show, hit that subscribe button, because next episode, we go check out Kyle's tube frame for his 76 C10. Stay tuned.
Endo by AccuAir.
Working on Dino's 1965 Chevy Suburban, finishing up the suspension on it now, frame off. So we've got all of it as a roller now here in the shop. Gonna put some AccuAir E-level on this one. We don't always get to install the E-level portion of it, but that's always the nice upgrade. The auto leveling system and the height sensors just take all the guesswork out of it, make it a really, really nice, reliable system.
This was one that started out to be kind of a backwards build. I was just going to do kind of a cool OG style stock truck, and then it kind of, I don't know, it kind of got boring. So that's when I got a spot with Switch, and I asked them, save me a month so we could finish it up. So we then pulled the chassis on it.
So far, we came through, we put RideTech shocks on the front, Firestone 2600 series bags, RideTech strong arm control arms. That's all on a pancaked, 2-inch pancake crossmember. McGoy's 2.5-inch drop spindles, and that combination should allow this truck to lay the frame on the ground. The rear, we use some pretty trick little parts from Dead End Garage.
The nice part about Seth and these guys, they like to use the best parts. And going with RideTech, I dig their stuff. I've used it on lots of stuff. This is the first thing I did the whole thing with, and of course AccuAir, don't get any better than that. And this is the first time also for AccuAir that I did a full censored truck.
Their installation manual, operation manual is the craziest thing. I mean, it's 30 pages long. Everything makes sense in clear written English. It's hard to mess this product up. This is a sensor harness. So here's the hardware. It's always bagged nicely. It's just bitching the way they do it. Everything's labeled perfectly. It's everything you need, nothing you don't. There's one for each corner, all bagged individually. Always have lock washers or locking nuts, washers on the face. They just go above and beyond. Here's your height sensors. You got one on each corner of the vehicle, so 4 total. So that's what tells your suspension where it's at in the travel. Okay, so this plug here is for your controller. So that'll plug this end in, the other end's a USB. It'll go up to the interior and mount your controller into there. On Dino's Suburban, we're gonna mount that in the dash. A company, I think CTP Concepts, makes a bitchin' little plate for these 60 to 66 trucks. This mounts right on the dash, super clean. So So we're gonna go ahead and use that on this build.
Five by 10 plasma table with a water bladder system. Runs NEMA 34 servo motors with a 10-to-1 planetary gear set. Rack and pinion uses our precision linear guide rails. Ball screw on the torch mount, collision sensors. This machine has a PowerMax 85. It runs the ICMC performance controller from Thermodynamics. Powder coated finish on the table and the gantry. You know, we're gonna cut some plate for you guys today.
I think we'll be able to make that work. So this is the VU4 valve. We want to make sure that it's in a spot that's not going to get hit with road debris, water, anything else that could come in contact with it, and make sure that it stays clear of where the floorboards are going to be. AccuAir computer, ECM. We'll try and mount that on the cross member as well. After that, then we just have a tank and compressors, and then we should be done. I'd say plug one side. I don't want to run two inlets.
Just plugging off one of the inlets. There's two inlets on them, so you can come whichever direction you want. So since we're going to come from the passenger side of the truck, we'll block off the driver's side. Now the instructions say use a drop. The 1, 2, 3, 4 on the side of the valve is going to be the same as your wires numbers. There's going to be your sensor 4 as they labeled it there. And obviously that's going to go to number 4 on your port. And that'll go to, that's the passenger rear, number 4, right?
Yeah.
So number 1 will be the driver front. That's that. One fitting wired valve.
So AccuAir supplies you with these gauges that you put in there for mock-up. And you want to make sure that the travel on the sensor is equal to the travel in the suspension. So right now we're all the way up, dead even where we want to be in our sensor travel. So when we air down, we want to make sure the bags are fully deflated and all the suspension's taken out. And again, we're very close to where we want to be in the range of motion for the sensor and matching that to the suspension. Okay, so I don't want to go up. See, if I go up, I start hitting.
Right.
So that's got to be sideways. Drill a hole for our cross member. Cool, man. That's it. 3 5/8. Okay. So right now it's programming itself, so it's gonna put a maximum amount of air in the system, and then it'll just cycle the travel. And the sensors that we had mounted on each corner, it's gonna watch that range and calculate it. And that way it knows exactly where the car is sitting. It'll pre-program your ride heights for you. And then you could change them if you wanted to. But generally it does a really good job of setting it where you're gonna want it. So right now it's lifting each side, each corner, to see what effect that has on the suspension. So what's going to happen is we're going to watch the vehicle go through its range of travel. So it's going to do some testing all on its own and cycle the suspension. And this test normally takes 5 minutes or less. So watch, you'll see it air out. So sick, huh? I fucking love this. This never gets old to me, man. So cool.
What's up, everybody? This is Craig Riley. We're at the USS Alabama in Mobile, Alabama, the site of Battle in Bama. Taking place May 5th through the 7th, 2017. Blowing up the coast with custom rides from all over the country. This is the premier show on the Gulf Coast. Brought to you by Metal Brothers Hot Rods, Performance Ride and Custom, and Sparkles Detail.
We're in Blanchard, Oklahoma, about 15-20 minutes south of Oklahoma City.
That's what originally started. This was a 68 GMC. What it originally started out as. Then I had actually taken it all apart using this chassis, or using the chassis and wheels and drivetrain and everything for this truck here.
So you took a cover truck, took it apart, and put your. So that's.
I bought another truck that was, it was just an old truck setting, long bed truck. Took the cab and used it on this one here. And then the bed and everything is all brand new sheet metal. The fenders are brand new sheet metal. Painted them to match, everything else. Kind of make it all fit together. Oklahoma, owner and operator Air Art with a 71 Chevrolet C10, rusted mustard.
Nothing.
Using this supplied template from the guys over at AccuAir, I was able to create this basic mount for our Endo VT. What I'm going to do is take this file over to WaterJet, cut it out of some 3/16 plate, sort of fit it up to the back of our display chassis. We're taking to LST in a couple days. And if all goes well, we'll be able to bolt the tank right to it, get it mounted, and have a nice, cool little setup for the show. All right, so now I got the file from the GibbsCam program, put it into a DXF format. I'm gonna put it into this computer here, translate it into our flow software, create a cut path, send it to this water jet, and cut it out. There you go. We'll clean it up a little bit, see how it works. All right, now that we have our mount fabricated over here and tacked onto the chassis, we'll go ahead and take these feet, these little plastic mounts that AccuAir does supply with the endo tank. You bolt them to your mount, and then you'll drop them right in place. And you can just rotate the tank, and they click right in place. Set screw, keeps everything nice and tight, so it won't move around, won't vibrate, won't rattle. This is nice. Well, it's not really a problem. It's kind of expected. But since I flipped the wheel, you know, making a wider lip, changing the offset, I now have to narrow my rear end, which is fine. It's just a little more money, a little more time. This thing's already taken forever, but whatever. It's all good. It's part of the deal, I guess. So I made a cool disc brake conversion kit for the rear. I'm happy about that. My wheels look rad. Now I just gotta suck everything up. All right, so I'm working on building a disc brake kit for the back of my 85 C10. Started with some rotors off of like a 2012 Silverado 6-lug. Right now I have to put them on the lathe, open up the hub bore diameter so I can fit them over the axle. So I'm just taking off, you know, a couple thousand passes every time, about 50 to 85 thousandths per time. I'll get up to that diameter, I'll go test fit it, and then we'll move on to the next step, which would be figuring out how to mount the caliper.
Cool.
So on the back, I wanted to make everything super detailed. I mean, we did simple rails, but I wanted all the arms, all the bags set up, the bell crank, all that to be super just detailed. So we ended up machining a lot of parts, a lot of machine spacers, and you know, a lot of CNC, a lot of time on the CNC, a lot of TIG welding. Just to be different. I mean, I want it to be high end, work good, look super good, and just kind of get everyone to like it, you know? A lot of high-end parts in there. I mean, we've got the nice Speedmaster rear end. It's full billet. We did the strange third member in there. It's, you know, it's got to hold up. I mean, we're putting a lot of horsepower to this thing.
Pick it up like this and it's in there, and it's got wood in there.
So the front end, we took a little bit different approach, and we used a sleeve bag style up front and some tube work. Now we're gonna go back, make it 100%, move the brackets, make new ones. We wanna get all the lift that we could possibly get so we get as much performance out of it as we can.
My name's Tino Garza. I live in Bermuda Dunes, California, Southern California. Yeah, they're from Dino's Get Down, but I actually got them from a friend of mine, Eddie. As you can see, it's just all the different years of the Get Down posters that Dino has made, along with some of the renderings that I've had, and LaFonda's license plate, and a couple gifts, and the American Racing Dimples flyer that they hand out at SEMA. So it's just, you know, something to display, to show the love of the trucks and stuff like that. These are the two magazine coverages that LaFonda got. It's a 1965 Chevy. One of them is from classic trucks and the other one is from street trucks. You know, for me, it's an honor to be, you know, have my vehicle displayed like this. So I always want to show it to friends and family that come over, have them see it. You know, it's, you know, like I said, I'm very happy with the build that Downmo built, and all the sponsors that helped us out with it and everything. And I couldn't ask for anything more. My first, I guess you would say C10, is the red one that's back there. It's a 67 Chevy. I bought that one the way it was from Arizona, a guy in Arizona. Had that for a while, and then from there I started buying square bodies. And then I bought LaFonda from a friend of mine, Eddie, XXL 250. Bought LaFonda. He had it in the original state. He bought it from a guy up in Lake Arrowhead. I bought it from him, and then so we took it to Dell's. And then from there, I just started stockpiling trucks. Interior-wise, you can see we kept it pretty classic. Went with the Dakota Digital gauges on it. Got the AccuAir control recessed into this pocket pad here. And then it's running vintage air, but Delmo did a nice little old school style, keep it original look with the AC, the factory controls, and the factory AC system. So love the way it came out, keep it that old school look.
The Lowlife Show, brought to you by AccuAir.
Endo by AccuAir. The patent-pending Endo tank is the world's first modular air tank system. Its 6 3/4 inch diameter extruded core yields outstanding strength and unique functionality. Proven to withstand internal pressures of over 1,200 psi, this is the industry's first aluminum air tank to achieve a 200 psi DOT approval rating. Endo's uniquely integrated 400 psi blow-off valve further guarantees ultimate safety. All Endo tanks are available in industry standard 3 or 5 gallon capacities at 19 and 30 inch lengths respectively. Proudly manufactured in the USA, each Endo tank is hand-finished, assembled, and tested in San Luis Obispo, California. All Endo tanks are available in raw aluminum, black, gray, or bronze anodize. Endo's integrated quick-release mounting system simplifies installation and completely hides all mounting hardware. The extruded internal rails allow components to be mounted to the outside of the tank without the use of clamps. Endo T. The Dash T, or tank variant of Endo, enhances conventional air management packages with external valve manifolds and compressors. Endo VT. The Dash VT, or valve tank variant of Endo, integrates the solenoid valves directly inside each of the tank's end caps. Each VT end cap has the ability to control 2 air springs. Fully filtered ports eliminate the chance of blocked or stuck valves from foreign debris. VT also has the only rebuildable and field serviceable push-to-connect fittings for use with nylon tubing or aluminum and copper hardline. Endo VT comes standard with built-in flow controls allowing precision fine-tuning of the lift and lowering speeds for each corner of the vehicle. A flush-mounted high-pressure and sealed valve connector makes wiring clean and simple. Endo T and Endo VT are available now. The last Endo variant is currently in its final phases of development, Endo CVT. With an integrated internal air compressor, the Endo CVT, or compressor valve tank, will be the ultimate all-in-one air management package. AccuAir has partnered with leading OE manufacturer Wabco to bring a single compressor that will refill at twice the speed of current market standard units, while also outputting completely dry air to prevent moisture from causing frozen air supply systems. And most importantly, it will be nearly silent. Endo T and Endo VT are available now. Endo CVT will be available this summer. All Endo systems will be upgradable to CVT. Endo by AccuAir, the modular air tank that is redefining air suspension by way of actual innovation.
Today, we are going to install the door panel fillers, the door handle fillers that I got from Jason over at Suicide Doors. I've got this third brake light filler that I got from AVS. We're going to be putting that in as well, getting them tacked in and smoothed out. And what?
Special appearance from Trevor White. All right, so that's it for episode 1 of the Lowlife Show. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. And stay tuned, because on episode 2, we follow Brian Savage and his 99 Sonoma build, as well as several other awesome projects like Kyle's Square Body, my 85 GMC, a special appearance from Mr. Trevor White. So click subscribe, follow, like, and to see more content like this, check out the AccuAir page, as well as GSI Machine and Fabrication. Thanks, everybody.